Good afternoon. Since few of my dear classmates would dislike me working on India, and since I love talking about India, I have decided to keep both our interest into picture and will be talking about India and China today. My topic for today's presentation is Comparative Analysis, Effects of Chinese and Indian Demography on their Economy. I'll be going through demographic factors, opportunity to reap a demographic dividend, and factors that could cause demographic drag in today's presentation. Demographic factors, there are numerous, but the four that I would be touching on today is 1. Population growth, age sex structure of the population, working age and dependency ratio, and the sex ratio. So moving forward, population growth and its component. It is measured using various rates, different types of rates, but the one that I would be covering today would be the TFR. It is also called total fertility rate. It is defined as the average number of lifetime births per woman. And as you can see in the graph over here, the blue line that's going through in between, it's called replacement rate and is defined as women have just enough female babies to replace themselves. China's TFR is much lower, probably because China had a law a few years ago about having just one baby per couple. Most industries and developed countries have a TFR which is equal to replacement rate, that is 2.1. India's was much higher in 2000 and 2001, but it seems to be going down and is projected to go down in 2035. The second is age-sex structure of the population. It is presented using population pyramid graph as seen over here. The one on the left is China's and the one on the right is India's. Blue signifies male, red female. The rundown of numbers is the age, which starts from 0, goes all the way till 100 on top. And it tells population breakdown by age and gender and extent of the development of that particular country. The third is working age and dependency ratio. Youth is defined as the age group under 15 years. Working age is 15 years through 65 years. Older population is 65 plus years. Youth and older population is considered as dependent population. Ratio of dependent ages to those of working ages is called dependency ratio. As you can see in these two graphs, the one on top shows that there is 60 to 70 billion numbers or population size of 60 to 70 billion of working age group in India and in China, which is definitely really good for the country because it helps boost the economy, and which we have seen, and it's expected to be the same as projected for 2030, 2035. The dependency population, on the other hand, needs to be lower, which is the case in these two countries. And as it is seen over here, the one at the bottom, the dotted lines, and the dotted lines at the bottom shows Chinese working age group as well as India's working age group, and Chinese elderly group as well as India's elderly group. It has been zoomed in further in second graph, and we can see that it is coming down. It is expected to come down even further for India in 2035. Well, it will go up a little bit for China, but these are just the projections. The fourth is the sex ratio. There is growing ratio of males to female in both China and in India. In both these countries, there is a preference for son, which leads to decreasing fertility that has contributed to higher ratio of males to female. It is probably also culturally as well as due to socioeconomic conditions of these two countries. Most parents prefer at least one son. When they decide to have fewer children, they sometimes assess the sex of the fetus and abort them if it's a female. Not fair, but that's how it is in these two countries. In the graph seen at the bottom, it defines number of males per 100 females to the age range. Red is China, green is India, and blue is the US. Opportunity to reap a demographic dividend. As you can see, increased population of working classes in both China and India provides opportunity to reap a dividend. Both of these countries have a working population of 60 to 70 billion, which is definitely very high. And it would work as an asset, as a dividend for them, mainly because it has the potential to work. So it provides brute force, increases the number of potential workers, and also accelerated accumulation of capital due to reduced spending on the dependents. In India and in China, from 1980 through 2000, agriculture was considered as a major occupation. But over the period of time during these 20 years, there have been more industrialization and services related to these industries that have happened, which has led in the industry becoming major occupation now. This has helped both the countries boost their economy in the recent decade. The working population of both of these nations is expected to be growing in near future, and the older population will be major concern will not be major concern as more cognitive task is expected to be done by them over the physical task, which is a concern, especially when we are talking older people. China and India needs to have effective policies in key areas. These include some major key areas such as strong and effective healthcare education system, flexibility and competitiveness in labor market, openness to trade that leads to development of productive and rewarding jobs, modern infrastructure and technology, good governance, stable macroeconomics and sound financial system, low level of crime and corruption, and degree to which the women participates in the formal economy. So with this, I would like to conclude, and I thoroughly think that India and China have really good working population, but if these key factors, which could be drag for them, if the policies are not put together correctly because of numerous reasons, then this asset could soon become a drag. With that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you very much. Enjoy the warm weather. I know there are a lot of golfers in the class, so have fun golfing, and I will see you all in fall. Thanks. Bye.